Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I've actually been busy this morning. I did a whole lot of shopping. If you caught yesterday's video, I got an early start yesterday at 6 a.m. And I got done, I'd say 98% of my Christmas shopping done yesterday. I was freaking exhausted by, it wasn't even noon. And I hadn't eaten and I had been up since like 2 or 3 a.m. yesterday, and I was exhausted by noon. Got a lot done though. I wasn't going to talk about this at all because I don't know why, but I'm kind of embarrassed by it. And I'm still skeptical. I want to tell you about this. A younger woman actually approached me and flirted or hit on me yesterday. Like I said, I wasn't going to talk about this because the whole time I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being made fun of. I'm going to tell you guys a story, and you can decide. Like I said, I've been rapping. I hate rapping. This is how this connects to the story. I actually went in one of those. It's like an under $5 store, and I don't know if you guys have this around the rest of the country, but I think it's called under $5. And I was looking specifically for the bags, the Christmas bags, because I hate wrapping. So the last couple of Christmases, I've been trying to just use the bags, the Christmas bag where you put the present inside. And I bought a bunch of tissue paper and you wrap it up and put it on top, the present. So you don't have, I hate wrapping. So I went in there specifically to get Christmas bags. And as soon as I walked in, there was like, I think it was 2 or 3 younger women, I'd say in their early 20s, standing over by the registers. It was all self-checkout here. And they said, welcome to the store, Merry Christmas, and they're giggling. And they said, it sounded like they said the store is closed, or I don't know, I couldn't make out what they were saying, but they were giggling. And, so I looked back, and they're looking and kind of giggling. So I don't know what they're laughing at. I just smile back and say Merry Christmas, and go about my business. And so I'm looking for, I find my bags, right? And I purchase the bags. And one of the women is very helpful, because she could tell I'm an older guy. And I'm not very savvy with the self-checkout or anything like that. So she asked me if I want to buy a bag. You could pay 35 cents to buy a bag to put your stuff in. And, she's standing right next to me the whole time. And I didn't think I was that inept. I was that bad at the self-checkout, but she was right there the whole time, which I thought was great. It was very helpful. So I leave the store. But then as soon as I get out, I was like, why don't I go back? I saw some jigsaw puzzles, and I was thinking about buying jigsaw puzzles for small presents, stocking stuffers for some of the people, some of my family. So I put the bags in my car, and I went back in. And the girls were like, "Oh, you're back, great!" And so I asked them about the jigsaw puzzles. I said, I kind of forgot something that I'm thinking about buying jigsaw puzzles for my family. And one of the women says, "Oh, I'll show you where they are." One of the friendly one, they were standing next to me at the self-checkout, showing me the self-checkout. And she took me back to the puzzles. And she shows me where they are, but she doesn't walk away. And she's very pretty. She's probably about, she's probably about 5'3", probably about 150 pounds. Curvy, very curvy, long dark hair, which I love. Like I said, but she couldn't have been over 23 years old. I'm 58. I don't have any kids, but she's old enough to be almost like at least my daughter. And, she's laughing and trying to help me buy puzzles, and I'm in a good mood. So usually I would probably be aggravated usually. Like I would just want to shop on my own, just have the person, why is this person here bothering me? But I was in a good mood, so I kind of went along with it, and we're chatting, and I was telling her what my family member likes in puzzles and all that. And, she's kind of giggling and she's twirling her hair and I've seen, I've dated a lot, it feels like she's flirting, it feels like she's flirting with me. She's standing facing me, twirling her hair and giggling and stuff. And I'm trying to debate, is she trolling me? Is she making a joke of, is she screwing with me or what? And then she actually, so I find a couple of puzzles and I'm ready to go check out. And she says, hey, I'm really attracted to older guys. And she says, I'll give you my my link or whatever. And I think she said it's on Bumble. I've never even heard of this platform. I think it's Bumble, Bumble. And she wrote down, and then she said, because I didn't even know what Bumble was. I never felt so old in my life. And so she said, here, I'll give you my number so you can text me if you want. She says, you're not, and then she goes like this, she goes, you're not a crazy lunatic or anything. She says, you're not gonna text me like every 5 minutes or anything, right? If I give you this number. And I said, no, honestly, I don't know if I'll even text you at all. I still can't figure out if you're just screwing with me here or, or what. So she writes down her number and her Bumble profile or whatever, and I leave the store. And, I'm flattered by all this. But honestly, and she's a cute, sexy woman. But honestly, I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to go to Bumble or anything like that. I can't even imagine dating somebody 23 years. Nothing personal to this woman or other women that are young, but I have nothing in common with this person. Yes, I could look at her and be think that has an attractive, sexy body and everything, but I honestly couldn't even imagine myself spending a night with her or something like that. I couldn't even imagine that. It would seem so awkward. What would you? Well, not that I don't know how much talking you would do before or after or anything, but I can't imagine being able to conversate, being able to connect with somebody that's 23 years old. What would we possibly have in common? There's all these, I know we're not going to get any in-depth conversations or anything, but why even bother? All I see it as, it almost scares me. I almost just see it as trouble. There's no way, this person probably enjoys going out and to clubs and drinking and possibly, I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic, so there's just no way in hell that I would ever even think of using it. The only reason I held on to this is because I was considering doing this video. There's no way. And I'm flattered. I still can't figure out, 100% if I wasn't being just, screwed with, and they were just having a good joke at my expense. But I really know they weren't. I could tell, by the way she was twirling her hair and flirting and everything. And the other women had gone about their business once I left the store, so it was just her. I'm flattered, but there's just no way, thanks for the offer. I'm very flattered, but that's not happening. I see that as nothing but trouble. And I would never understand why any guy a guy my age would even go with a younger person like this for one night. I don't understand it. All right, let me know what you think. Was I being screwed with? I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Saturday.